Hello! Welcome to another video. In today's video, I think I've solved the problem with plastic recycling. Okay, we all know plastic recycling is basically not happening much. We've been dividing our plastic since the 90s. Come to find out it was just being shipped to China and they were just doing who knows what with it, not actually recycling it. So there are technologies. People are working on the problem of recycling a bit. Most people are working on the problem of cleaning it up. So how do we kind of help this work? This is where this concept comes in, okay? So we go to so it starts an entity, an international entity, okay? Whatever that may be, right? That sole focus is, in essence, think of them as like how in places that have bottle deposits, whoever's collecting the bottle deposit and doing this, right? Think of the entity like that. So the entity would collect a fee from every raw plastics manufacturer on Earth. Okay, so if they're taking the plastic from a chemical state and turning it into plastic, so they're at that point of the supply chain, okay, go to the manufacturers, those manufacturers, and say, here's what we want. We want a whatever price per volume, whatever for 1 kilo of plastic produced, like a penny or whatever, right? So it's basically like you're putting a deposit into the cost of the manufacturing, okay? That obviously raises the price a little bit, but where that money goes is to plastic recyclers. So anybody that is actually taking plastic and turning it into products, that's who gets the money as a subsidy, because the technology to take plastic and recycle it is labor intensive, it's energy intensive, so it's a hard industry to actually make profitable, okay? So if everybody wants plastic cleaned up, nobody wants plastic pollution. So tacking a little bit on to the beginning of the plastic's life financially, to then deal with the end of the plastic's life, is how I think we can actually get plastic pollution under control. This will spark ingenuity. People, make plastic recycling plants. Here's a subsidy. We cut you a check for every kilo of plastic that you have recycled, whatever the money is. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? And the company and the entity that kind of manages this whole situation kind of needs to be kind of like a non-profit type of entity that can just take money from one group of entities and transfer it to another group of entities for the at least administration costs as possible, right? Just moving and not becoming some over bloated thing itself. Just take the money from the plastic manufacturers and give it to the plastic recyclers. Now, hopefully what this is going to do is this will actually get plastic recyclers, hopefully, to start paying, in some cases, for plastic waste. Okay, now getting this plastic and dividing it up. And where I personally live, all trash goes in one bag and goes out on the sidewalk, and the trucks come around and they throw everything in the truck and it goes in the landfill, okay? So how do you get plastic recycling into those types of situations is, I think, a new thing is needed, and it's called a sorting truck. So you build out a flatbed truck with, plastic, cardboard, metal, glass, electronics, batteries, okay? Food waste, toxic, whatever, okay? Right on the truck. So now this truck's moving through the neighborhoods ahead of the garbage trucks. So they take it on with a crew of sorting people in freaking, toxic gear, nice hooded, vented, rubberized, you're going through trash, right? Now, hopefully, these sorting trucks will get to the point where they don't have to do as much ripping apart of the plastic of the bags and sorting. Like eventually there'll be, the people who are putting the trash on the sidewalk will separate it themselves to a certain point, and it'll just all go easier that way when people start to see it and understand it, right? Because there's already a ton of metal recycling, glass recycling. These things we've been recycling forever. Electronics recycling is very important. Getting that plastic separated from the metals, smelting the metals back out of the electronics, so mining the electronics, and this, it's a whole other conversation. So just trying to get plastic dealt with. And it's really important to try to give plastic waste a value. It has to be valuable so people just stop throwing it on the ground, right? When it can be monetized to some extent, it'll just get cleaned up. Like, subscribe, peace.